Good morning. I'm Armstrong Williams. It is December 21st. My column in this morning Washington Times on page A4, www.washingtontimes.com, is the paradox of Sarah Palin. I want to talk about the former governor. She's on tour with her new book, Rogue, Possible Presidential Aspirant. This morning I do a very critical piece on the former governor, talking about the things that I respected about her and admired about her when I met her in the fall of 2007, before most of the world had ever knew that she exists. A wonderful interview in her office. I found her bright, intriguing, sensitive, warm, all the wonderful things. In fact, we spent a wonderful morning with her. When I say we, my production team, because we did a 1-hour television interview with her, which you can watch on YouTube in its entirety. What is amazing now is what happens when someone decides to do a critical analysis of the former governor. I just want you to go to the Washington Times website and just see the responses from the piece that I wrote. Personal, vindictive. No one wants. I don't understand this. I don't understand how we take individuals. It's no different when it was Clinton, no different when it was Obama, and now it's Palin, and we make them out to be cult-like figures. And the right is just as guilty as the left of doing this. You don't want to hear no criticism. You almost think there's some kind of godlike. They're above criticism. You cannot step back and look at the things the areas where you can constructively criticize these individuals that want to be president, that are leaders, that are role models, that people see that are on the cutting edge of leadership. Now, I, as a journalist, as a commentator, and as a pundit, decided to take a very critical analysis at someone that I respect, but let me tell you, someone that needs work. There are things about former Governor Palin that we need to address. Former Governor Palin is becoming the faceplate of the Republican Party, whether she likes it or not. They're promoting her. You're finding her editorials on the editorial page of the Washington Post. She's everywhere. Because I could believe that the liberal media would like for her to become the faceplate of the Republican Party, to give our current president every possible chance in the world to be elected in 2012. But I'm just not going to blame the liberal media, because there's the Weekly Standard, there's Fox News. There are people that are so blinded and so cultish when it comes to Sarah Palin that when you criticize her, it's as if they've got this orchestrated, coordinated system where they just get people to send and blast emails that just intimidate you, to make personal attacks on you, to say mean things about you, as if it's going to intimidate you not to talk about her. Well, I got to tell you something. You're dealing with the wrong person. Because listen, I will talk about Palin, Obama, and anybody else that wants to lead this country until the cows come home. It was the same way when President Barack Obama was running for office. When you would criticize him, how people just go into a feeding frenzy. Obviously, we're beginning to see the emperor does not have the kind of clothes that we thought he had. President Barack Obama has put in some disastrous policies since becoming president. One is this health care bill, which will pass in the Senate on Thursday, and pray to God that it's defeated when it goes to conference. It will be a nightmare for this country, okay? He finally got hip that he needed to do a troop surge in Afghanistan. Look at what he's trying to do with cap and trade. Look at that disastrous Copenhagen conference on the environment, and he comes back home claiming victory. There was no victory, it was defeat. We have to make our leaders accountable. We have to dissect them. We have to be able to criticize them without those that are in their camp with blinders on becoming so sensitive that all they want to do is just fire off emails, fire off letters, make phone calls to intimidate you, to try to force you to see it their way. Well, I don't see it your way. Palin may be a very good candidate in the future. She's not that candidate just yet. There's a lot of work to be done. I mean, there will come a time when you got to get away from the personal attacks, saying that this administration wants to euthanize citizens, senior citizens. We know that's not true. We got to get away from Obama's birth certificate and whether he's an American citizen. I mean, come on. We need to deal with substance. What we need now, people are hurting. People are suffering, losing their way of life. We need real leadership. Maybe it is Sarah Palin. I don't think so yet. Does she have the possibility to get there? Absolutely she does. But she's not there yet.